Notice to all viewers and social media companies. Ohio residents can use medical marijuana for qualified medical conditions under Ohio House Bill 523. The host of the show, known as 420 Live or 420 Live Ohio, may use or consume legally purchased Ohio medical marijuana products during this video. 420 Live or Ohio Cannabis Live does not promote the use of illegal drugs. This content is for informative and entertainment purposes only. This content is not meant to be used as medical advice or to be used to promote misinformation about cannabis. Viewer discretion is advised.
Another Mastamynd hit.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mastamynd here for Ohio Cannabis Live. Welcome back to another episode of 420 Live. And we are live here today. We got a special guest on the show today, Dr. James Weeks, and we'll be getting with him in just a moment here. Hello, Steve. Hello, Mike. We are broadcasting live here on Facebook and YouTube. We are still working on our system to be able to broadcast on Instagram at the same time. So eventually 420 Live will be broadcasting on a different day for Instagram, but it will be live. And we will also be eventually broadcasting live in other areas too that I'm not going to tell you. So, like I said, let's get right into things here today. I'm a little bit disorganized because I've been so busy working on the event. So, before we get too far and everything else, I definitely want to talk about some updates with the event before we get into today's topic, which is going to be Ohio gun laws and stuff Ohio MMJ patients need to be aware of as patients in this program, and gun owners or potential gun owners at that matter. So the event is on July 1st. We're getting into the final stretch for the event, and I just wanted to take a moment to thank our sponsors who have helped us with this event. Because I don't want you to think that this is something that I'm doing alone. I want you to know that a lot of the LLCs in the program are also helping me pull this event off. So I'd like to thank Benaleaves, Galena's, Grow Ohio, The Botanist, Trap Naturals, Ohio Clean Leaf, I'm trying to name everybody, Medicaid OH, Spender, Buckeye Relief. We have some more sponsors. I'm going to have a flyer or something made up with all of them on there, but I just want to name some of the ones who have been helping us get this together and helping us with things. It's really, really important that you know that your LLCs do care about you, and that they've helped us with this event to make sure that we have some really nice things to be able to give you for absolutely nothing. And I also want you to thank my mom, because my mom has helped out with this a whole lot, and I wouldn't have been able to even do this without my mom. So you definitely need to be thanking my mom. If you haven't bought your ticket already, you definitely should go ahead and do that. That'll help us make sure we have enough food. As far as the food goes, we're having okay. All right, Dylan. So yeah, like I said, we've got food. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the food real quick. We're gonna have some chicken, roasted and fried chicken. We're gonna have some side items such as mashed potatoes and green beans. We are going to have some cake, maybe some ice cream. I want to let you know that we're going to be giving away gas cards. There's going to be some gas cards given away, minimum $20 a card, okay? So I'm not trying to waste your time for a $5 or $10 gas card. But you got to be one of the first people to get there. You got to go on the website, ohiocannabislive.com/events, and get your ticket. We are going to, like I said, we're going to have some bags here, and I'm going to show you what one of these bags looks like. Okay? Now, inside one of these bags is things from LLCs, from me, from companies that aren't even in the program have sent you goodies. I'm talking about it's going to be mind-boggling the things you get in one bag. And there's only 25 bags, okay? And, you know, I'll show you something. The back is something. You have no idea what this is yet. But this might be in your bag. We're also having a drawing. Hey, Sergeant Slaughter. We're having a drawing. And the drawing, there's going to be at least 3 prizes and maybe more. And, you know, we got some raffle tickets around here somewhere. So you have to come there and get your ticket from one of my people. And we'll be drawing, somebody will be drawing the name, won't be me. One of our guests will be drawing your name. And you could either win, and listen very carefully what I'm about to tell you. Because this is top secret. This is only for the people watching this video. The rest of the people won't even know what I'm talking about. And they'll be lost. And they'll be really mad they missed out. But we're going to give away, raffle off, $250 in spender credit. And I don't think you know what that means yet. But just put it this way. Let me just help paint the picture for you a little bit. Okay, Spender is a payment and rewards app. This isn't like Hyper. With Hyper, you just pay. With Spender, you use it and you earn money back. And the money you get back, you can put that towards buying some more stuff. Okay, so when I'm saying that you're going to sign up for Spender and you could win the raffle and get $250 in Spender credit, what I'm saying to you is that you will be able to use your winnings to get some stuff right down the street from the venue. That's all I'm going to say to you. Next, Buckeye Relief is going to have a chair. We have a chair. I'll show it to you soon. It's a tailgate chair, and it's my favorite color. So you better come and get it, because if not, I'll just keep it for myself. I'm kidding. It's blue, okay? And you know, the next thing is a gas card for an undisclosed amount from an undisclosed donor. So I'm not going to tell you how much it is. I can tell you it's more than $25. It's more than $30. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm also going to tell you that there are at least, at the bare minimum, 7, hey hippie smiles, there are at least 6 or 7 different type of water bottles you might be able to get or collect here at this event that you'll never get nowhere else. There are things that you could get at this event you will never get at no other event you've been to. Maybe, I doubt it though. I doubt it. And if that ain't crazy enough for you, if you're still on the fence about coming, I'm about to show you the trophy of giveaways. Cause I love all of y'all. And some things are just things to me. And I got a lot of things and a lot of stuff to give away. So, I am raffling off this bag and I'm not just raffling you off no empty bag. And I'm not about to just show you what's going to be in this bag. You're going to have to win the bag to find out what's in this bag. Because I can assure you, what's in here, the stuff I want to put in here won't even fit in this bag. So, no other event in the whole state ever has done what I'm about to do. Because I care about patients. And I don't just do stuff to build myself up. I'm doing it to build all of us up. And I want us to have a good time. And I don't want to sit there and complain about all the negative things that's wrong with the program. That's not the kind of party that Mastermind is trying to have. I'm trying to have some fun. Do you understand what I'm getting at now? But I'm showing you this secret that you shouldn't even be seeing yet. But it doesn't matter because you don't know what's going to be in it yet. Right now it's empty. I also want to let you know that we're going to have surprise sponsors that I didn't even mention yet, who are also going to, who knows, surprise us all. Stuff's coming in the mail all the time. So I've got so many things to give you that it just might, you can't possibly leave the event empty-handed, okay? Now, no, we're not giving anybody anything illegal, okay? So forget that. No, we're not giving away any cannabis. Forget that. I'm just keeping it real with you. I don't want you to get there with false expectations. We are only doing things that are 100%, listen to me, YouTube, legal. We don't do anything illegal here, okay? And we're not doing anything to create any drama or any problems for anybody. And again, drama-free, fun zone. Something else I want to address, because I feel like this might also have some people who are on the fence about coming. So let me clear up something for you. So, if you were living in a situation where you are a patient in the program, and your spouse, your partner, your significant other, and they are not in the program, and that's the only way you'll be able to get here, an exception will be made. You just need to buy them a ticket. They might learn something. But that, we have to make sure that we break down any barrier that you might have in coming to this event. So what I'm saying to you is that you being there is so important to me that I want to make sure that whatever might be keeping you from coming now, whether it's the kids, the hubby, the partner, whoever that says, how come I can't go? Well, your boy Mastermind just changed the rules and said, yes, they can come. Now, you can't bring your whole squad. Okay? But if you got to bring your partner, you got to bring your kid. That's fine, because we're not doing anything inappropriate at my event. This is dinner. This is music. Appropriate for any audience. Okay? I'm not going to play no vulgar music at my event. I'm not that kind of guy. Okay? I have respect for everyone, including people with children. So no, we will not be having that. Like I said, we will make sure that people feel safe and that everything is clean. These are the kind of standards that I will always have no matter what event I'm tied to. If you came to the lobby day that I helped set up, you already know how I operate. I like things to be nice and right, and I like people to feel comfortable. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying to everyone, because I feel like I didn't want someone to be sitting at home saying, I really wish I could come, but I don't want to leave my partner out of it, because even though they don't have their card, and maybe they're not the caregiver now, because caregiver stuff costs money, but they're still your caregiver, and they're still supporting you. So, you know, if that's the only way, I'll be glad to see you. But just do me a big favor and make sure you get their tickets on the website at ohiocannabislive.com/events, because it's really important that we get together, because the success of this event will judge whether or not we can do this again in other cities. So yes, I wholeheartedly want to do it in other places. I don't want to just do it in Columbus. So don't think my whole goal was just to have an event in Columbus and that's it. I want to do them everywhere, especially in smaller areas. And I don't want to just do events like this. I want to do all kinds of events. I want to do camping. I want to do arts and crafts. I want to have a bake sale. Remember that? That used to be fun, right? I want to do some things so we can have fun, but also some things where maybe some people can earn a couple dollars so they can get their medicine. So I got a lot on my mind. I got a lot going on. But today we're going to talk about Ohio gun laws that have recently changed, and we're going to talk about Ohio medical cannabis patients. And I've got Dr. Weeks here. And Dr. Weeks, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Let me go ahead and bring you online here. Thank you for being here today, Dr. Weeks.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, and it's really great. We've got a lot of changes in laws and rules. It's kind of getting really hard to keep track of what's going on. But before we jump into all that, I would like for you just to give us a little bit of background about who you are and why you decided to be Ohio recommending medical. Dr. Weeks is a license to recommend Ohio medical marijuana in the state of Ohio. So let's go ahead and I'll let you take over.
Yeah, correct. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks for having me, and thanks for being an advocate for patients in the program and stuff. And as Anthony said, I have a CTR doctor in Cincinnati, but I started practice in 2008, and I'm board certified in internal medicine, and started my career practicing in the hospital and in the ICU, and I got to take care of and help out a lot of different people dealing with varying ailments, life-threatening ones to more mild ones. And I did that for about 8 years, dedicated. And then in 2019, decided that it was time to change gears, and that the hospital stuff was getting a little bit too stressful and a little too much going on. And so decided to start up my own practice. And at the time, medical cannabis was kind of becoming on board in Ohio. And one day I sat down and I sat and looked at let me see what this program is going to be about. Let me look at some of these qualifying conditions, and how's Ohio going to let people consider accessing medical cannabis. And what I noticed is, when I was looking through all those conditions, that I actually knew quite a bit about all of those conditions: chronic pain, seizures, cancer, epilepsy, Crohn's, inflammatory bowel disease, etc. And so I said, hey, I could use the knowledge that I got through all my years of practicing internal med, but then I can also use a different treatment strategy versus what I had historically been using, which was traditional medicine, and instead implement medical cannabis. And so my practice, One Heart Medical, which is in Cincinnati, Ohio, opened in July of 2019. And so excitingly, at the end of next week, we'll be celebrating the end of the third year of the clinic being open. And happy to say that we've been able to help thousands of Ohioans access medical cannabis, and seeing a lot of positive outcomes through that time.
Congratulations! That is great. I am happy to hear that, sir. That is definitely good that you stuck with us. I know some doctors have stopped, and they're not doing it anymore. So I know that's a real issue. We've lost some doctors here and there, but we definitely need more. We need about 1,000 more of you.
Yeah, we've my practice, we've actually added we've added 2 doctors. Both of them are part-time though, but we've added a second one to see adults, and then we have an additional doctor that sees, we've been using her to see the minors under
Sheena?
18. Yeah, Dr. Bowery, Sheena Bowery.
Yeah, I see Leah says she rocks.
Yeah, what we found is that you mentioned that there aren't that many doctors to see patients in general. We noticed there's definitely not enough doctors to see patients who actually have an office where you can come in and sit down with them. And that's what we pride ourselves upon, because we've had office space for 3 years, and we offer the patients to come in or do telemed. And so that's a unique. And with the minors, it'd be very hard to find a CTR doctor that's willing to take on a patient that's 7 years old that has refractory seizures, and the parents are considering medical marijuana. So nice to be able to offer that to patients as well. But of course, that with us being in Ohio and being a conservative state, I think the pediatric cannabis is still in its infancy. It has a lot of room to grow.
Yeah, that's a whole nother video we're gonna talk about is kids and cannabis. That's a whole nother show. Because I wanted to. And definitely after we had Tiffany Ann on here, who was working on House Bill 60, the autism bill, it's definitely helped us learn a lot more about some children who are in the program for other conditions that are qualified conditions, but also, yeah, well, absolutely, Leah. Of course, you can be on the show. We got room for whoever would like to be here. Well, yeah, we can have a whole audience if we like. We're thinking about that, and working on another show that'll definitely be something like that. But yeah, you definitely could come on. I told you that, Leah. We're ready to come taco about it whenever you're ready, and should do a taco cook-off or something. Because I like tacos, but we got our own little recipe here at the Riley house. I have to show you. Nah, it's top secret. I can't show you. I'm gonna get beat up. So, Dr. Weeks, so, obviously this is a very hot issue, so I want to definitely make sure for our audience that we definitely stay relevant with Ohio specifically in our discussion here today. And I think a question that gets asked even to me a lot of times, and obviously we know the law changed on June 13th, but can I be a medical marijuana patient and be a gun owner too? I think that is the number one question we all get asked.
Sure, that's the common one, and we've been getting that question ever since the beginning that we opened, patients asking that. And in the beginning, it's kind of hard to find actually good data in regards to how to guide people in that regard. And so what we ended up doing was, of course, going through all the Ohio marijuana law through the Ohio Medical Marijuana Control Program, but also reaching out to local attorneys that are practicing and understand drug law and drug policy and whatnot. And what the case was that would concern people is that our medical marijuana program is actually a registry, and there is there's names and date of births on that registry, and also when you fill an application for CCW and you go and you are approved for that, you also go into a registry. And so there was some lore that people would say, hey, did you know that if you have your CCW and you're in that registry and then you enroll into the medical marijuana registry of Ohio, then it'll flag you and you end up losing your rights to the CCW. And the reality is that the Ohio Medical Marijuana Control Program in the registry would be protected by HIPAA, which is medical protected rights, meaning it's not able to be shared unless it's somebody else that's actively involved with your medical care. And so so that registry would not be accessible to anybody except for the medical marijuana patients' doctors. And usually probably the only ones that would access it would be the one who's giving them the medical marijuana recommendation, and nobody else can access that information. But with the CCW, that's a federal application, and they ask a lot of yes and no questions on that application. And the yes and no questions generally, in my experience, is you want to answer no to those questions. But one of them asks very specifically, do you use any federally illegal drugs? And technically cannabis is still considered a Schedule I federally illegal drug. So the legal answer to that question would be that you would have to circle yes to that. And if you circle yes to that, then they would decline your CCW. And they've even actually more recently, with with the CCW application, they even put in parentheses below, do you use any federally illegal drugs? Below that, they said, that includes marijuana. And so, but the reality is there are a lot of people who have CCWs who did answer no to that question because they didn't understand the question, or they feel like, hey, I'm not using anything illegal because it's legal in my state. And because they cannot cross those registries, that person would be safe to enroll into the program and have CCW. And then, but the key point is, and this is where the lawyers helped us to kind of finalize where what all would happen in that regard is, so what happens when somebody has a CCW and has medical marijuana card? Well, if they have both, nothing happens. But if you decide to, say, use both at the same time, meaning you use medical marijuana and you have that in your left pocket, and then you actually enforced your CCW and used that on somebody and had that in your gun in right pocket, and the police came to the scene, they would actually say that, well, you have possession of marijuana and you have possession of gun at same time, and then that would eliminate the CCW rights, and then that would be considered a felony offense in Ohio. And so now that, as Anthony was saying, the laws in the country and in Ohio are changing about CCWs to where in Ohio there is no longer a CCW application. So what that means for people who are in the program is that they would more so rest assured that they would know that there wouldn't be any cross-referencing of the registry, because there is no CCW registry for Ohio, but also that if they were new to the program, that they could enroll into the program and have CCW rights because they wouldn't have to do that application. But then the same rule would apply with the using both at the same time. And so, and usually like with CCW, when you did have to take a course for it, they would educate you, like, you can't be using your CCW and drinking alcohol or using, impairing substances and that sort of thing. And I think that's where that all lies in.
So I guess that, and I think you answered that very well. I hope everybody got that, but you can always rewind that back and replay it again. But I think that, the biggest thing that you said is that, as of like June 13th in Ohio specifically, they've gotten away with the CCW altogether. And so to me, it kind of, like you said, I love how you tied in the alcohol analogy, because that's what always people ask about. I said, you have to use the same common sense judgment you would with alcohol as you would with cannabis, and any other drug for that matter, whether it's a opiate or not. I mean, it's still going to be the same, prescription drug. It's going to be the same common sense, common sense, safety, gun owner type stuff. And if you're trying to do right with your gun ownership, you're not going to want to ride around with those two things on you, because no matter what, it's going to be a conflict. It's going to be a legal issue for you. And I think that, people want to feel like there's a legitimate reason to ride around with cannabis in one pocket and a gun in another, and I don't see it. I mean, like, I think that riding around with cannabis without a specific reason other for your medicine, I mean, if that's the case, do you need to really keep it on you at the same time as your gun? I mean, your gun can certainly be somewhere else. And I think that people need to know, for me, where I stand is that I support the right to bear arms. I support the right to own a gun for protection. And I think that if you want to own a gun and you're trying to do the right thing and just be legal, then I support that. I mean, I think everybody should have a right to protect themselves, but I also think people should get education about the guns they purchase and learn about the gun's history, what it's known for, how to use it properly, and what are the correct circumstances where you have the right to defend yourself, so that you understand self-defense law. Because that too, I don't know if you know this or not, Dr. B, but they changed that law recently too. So that's a whole nother video. But that's just another thing, is that, it's still important, even though that CCW thing's gone. I mean, I think it's still worth taking the class. I'm going to take the classes myself so I can learn it. And I think that that's just something that you could do, especially since it's not required anymore, and you could take it on your own time. But I still think it doesn't hurt you to get informed about additional changes in the law, because right now, when you've got the Supreme Court changing things, you've got the local government changing things, you want to understand your rights so that you have a situation, you know exactly what to do.
Yeah, and then again, the rights are that you have the right to be a medical marijuana patient and have a gun, and you always have, and you just now have the right to use the gun in a concealed carry fashion. You just got to be responsible about it, and you'll be safe.
Yes. So and that's the thing that I was excited to have you on the show, for you to kind of help clear that up for some people who we constantly weren't sure and didn't have a reliable source of someone who could answer this question with the proper knowledge. Even though I've looked into it, I still think it's more important for someone who is licensed to recommend in our state, who has checked in and made sure that we have the right information. It's very, very important for us. So again, I thank you again for coming here to explain that to us. I'm going to ask another question that might be slightly off topic, and is, did you bring the dog?
No, I told you. Leo, I got therapy dog in the office, but Leo's not here. But I don't even know if I have any pictures of him in here or not. But yeah, he's usually here. My mini golden doodle, Leo, but he gets off on Fridays.
He gets the day off. I get it.
Everybody's got to have. It's hilarious because every day of the week, he knows when I get up and my wife's already gone for the day. My wife leaves, and then he knows that's the day he's coming to work with me. But then on Friday, my wife has the day off, so it's the opposite. She's still sleeping in bed, and then I get up, and he knows. That means it's my day off. And then I look over in my spot in the bed when I get out of the shower, and he's just laid out on the bed. He's like, and he looks at me, he's like, you better not pick me up and take me to that office again. And so I just let him ride there.
Hey, that's awesome, Jimmy.
Maybe for the next live, I'll bring him.
Yeah, all right. Jimmy says he's fully trained. He said he could die by the time the police get there. So he got his training. So that's great, Jimmy, man. I'm glad to hear from you on here today, Jimmy. So at the end of all of our shows, Dr. Weeks, we always ask the same question, and the question is, what are you having for dinner tonight?
I'm having Mediterranean food for dinner.
Okay, Mediterranean.
Like hummus. I try to eat cleaner these days as I get older, so I do got some hummus, and I think like a superfood salad with chicken from Aladdin's. You got Aladdin's up there?
Nah, I don't have any Magic Genies here.
Yeah, that's the restaurant.
Is it like a food chain?
It's an Ohio-based food chain, but it's all nice, a lot of vegan options, a lot of dairy-free options and stuff. What about you?
For me, it's been really hard. I mean, my stomach's been upset. Yesterday I had a salad with a lot of vegetables and fruit in it and all this, and that didn't go like I thought it would. So today, I don't even remember. So it's unknown at this point. It's subject to change. You're right. It's probably pizza again, right, Steve? Soup? No, I don't do soup. I mean, every now and then, but no, I don't know what it is. I can't remember right now because it seemed like I thought about it earlier, but now I don't recall. I mean, I haven't had a pizza in a while, so maybe it's pizza today. But that's probably bad for my stomach too.
Yeah.
What's everybody else in the audience having for dinner today? Let's see before we wrap everything. Oh, I see Jimmy said Chinese takeout. Oh, Steve's having pizza. Okay, Jimmy said Aladdin's is really good. I used to go there on Lakewood. Okay. Booba Cool's the burritos. Booba Cool. Is that, did I say that right, Mike? Is that babacos or bubbacos? Where's that at? Where are you even in America right now? I gotta always check in. You be out traveling the world. Are you in Mexico or somewhere? Bubacos? Getting tacos. Okay. All right. Yes. Let's not forget that there is some tacos at the CBD stash down there at Pothead Jeans' shop. So if you're in the Cincinnati area, go get you some tacos. Oh, SpaghettiOs. That's an old classic right there, Lynette. Potluck. Oh, for 12. Okay, yeah, 12 to 14, 12 to 4, Cincinnati, with the Tribe Foundation. Okay. Potlucks. You know, I'm kind of a little bit worried. I try to stay away from the potlucks a little bit, man. I'm a little paranoid about potluck. That's why our food at the event will be catered by Giant Eagle, by the way. So we had some good stuff. Okay, you said it's on Sawmill Road, really? Really? I ain't hip. Buckaroos, huh? You like it, JR? Is it pretty good? Buckaroos. I ain't hip. You ever heard of it, Dr. Weeks? Okay, Leah, that's awesome. She says she's feeding the homeless, Dr. Weeks. That's great. That is awesome. Well, thank you all for being here today. And make sure you share the video with everybody. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. And we are going to see you soon, like real soon. You said Dr. Weeks knows. All right, see y'all next time on 420 Live. Have a good one.